Wagwan people, it's your boy Mo here, and earlier this week I had the chance to chop it up with CJ McCollum from the Portland Trail Blazers. We talked about what the Heat can do to stop the Lakers, we talked about the beef with the Clippers, because I know that's what you guys want to see, and we talked about whether or not Carmelo Anthony will be back in a Trail Blazers jersey next season. So here's the interview. Before you watch it, make sure you hit the subscribe button because that'll be a huge help to me. But more importantly than that, make sure you're tuned in to Sky Sports for the NBA Finals, because myself, NBA legend, three-time champion with the Chicago Bulls, BJ Armstrong, and my boy JD will be there to break down all of the action. So make sure you're tuned in to Sky Sports for the NBA Finals, enjoy the interview, and most importantly, get buckets. What's good, CJ? Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for taking the time, my brother.
No problem. I see you got the book right there. Look up.
Come on, man. That's the gospel. That's the gospel right there, man. You know, it's essential, man. For any book collection, that's an essential part. You know what I'm saying? But how you been, man? How's the off season treating you?
Off season's going well. It's different than past off seasons, but I'm enjoying the time. It's weird to not be playing around Halloween this season, but it is what it is.
Have you been watching much of the finals that have been going on right now? You've been keeping an eye on that, or are you one of the players who doesn't like to watch the other teams, competing?
Both. Some days I feel like I'm retired and I don't want to watch, and then other days, like last night, I end up watching and enjoying it.
No, you had to watch last night, man. That was a crazy game. As someone who faced the Lakers earlier on in the bubble, you had 5 games against them, and you had a great performance in that game 1. And earlier in the year, you had that win back in January against the Lakers. What do you think that the Heat could do, to win the next game of this series and cause an upset?
For one, they got to force turnovers again, get easy baskets in transition, figure out ways to get the ball out of Anthony Davis' hands. He's single-handedly beaten them almost by himself in the games 1 and 2, and it kind of showed his sheer dominance on the offensive glass and around the basket as well as the mid-range. So I think figuring out like time doubles on him will be important. And then understanding the importance of role players. Like they have to play well, like Kelly Olynyk, Jay Crowder, Hero, Kendrick Nunn's going to get time, Myers, even Solomon Hill's getting some minutes. They all have to play well and impact the game positively. And obviously Iguodala and some of those guys who defensively are going to be taking on the challenge of guarding LeBron throughout the game, they have to continue to compete and make open shots.
The bubble has been such an interesting experience, I think, from the perspective of fans and media members like myself at home. We've been watching it. We've been loving not just the games on the court, but some of the drama that's come alongside off the court. And first of all, I want to say, commend you guys on the excellent run that you guys made to get to the playoffs, winning that playing game. I thought it was fantastic. And I wish that you guys had a little more time to rest before that first series started. But one of the highlights, I think it's only right if I ask this, was what happened between you guys and the LA Clippers. Now, the question I have for you is twofold. Number one, how much are you looking forward to playing against the Clippers again? And number two, did you and Dame find an extra Villa in Cabo for those guys to have when they got knocked out by the Nuggets?
To answer the first part of your question, I don't really care for playing against them. It's just another game. They're a good team. We enjoy competing against each other. I enjoy making jokes and making light of the situation, especially when shots are taken my direction. But they just another team, honestly, and they got a lot they need to figure out personally from within, and we got a lot we need to figure out from a roster standpoint and within. I didn't find them a villa, but I have some readily available in the event that they need it. I have a lot of great places that I think they would truly enjoy. Personally, I've enjoyed a lot of places there, and would love to pass them on if they want them.
That leads me on nicely to my next question, which is, what do you guys, I know you guys were impacted massively by injuries this year, especially with Nurkic missing so much time. What do you guys need to do next year, to compete for that championship level? Is there anything you think the squad needs or any change that needs to be made? What are you guys looking to focus on during this offseason time and try and improve before next year?
We need to stay healthy. So we need to enjoy this summer of recovery, refocus, rehab, all those things, and then come back ready. I think we don't know when the next season is going to start. But we do know that we have a great shot to compete for a championship. We have a great shot if we're healthy with a full roster to beat the best of the best. And we've done that and showed that. But consistently, it comes down to most oftentimes, the most healthy team.
Now, you guys got Melo on your squad this year, which was a huge addition. And I know, a couple off seasons ago, you guys were trying to get him to sign in Portland. And when a lot of other teams didn't believe in him, you and Dame in particular had a lot of faith in Melo coming back. And he had some great performances for you guys. Are we going to see him again in Portland next season, rocking with you guys? Is that what you're trying to convince him? What's the deal there?
I have no idea. I get paid to play. So that's the question you're going to have to take on with management, Neil, our front office. We would all love to have him back. I know he would love to be back, but I have no idea on that contract situation and what it looks like.
All right, awesome, man. Thank you for your time. Before I let you go, can I just get one last prediction from you? For the rest of this final series, do you think the Lakers are going to close out, or do you think the Heat have the potential to come back?
Lakers in a landslide.
Lakers in 5, then, are you saying? Okay. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys back on the court next season, man. I wish you all the best. Keep staying healthy and training throughout this offseason, man. And all the best to you, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You take it easy.